This is the Preston Indians pregame show. Coming up, we'll take a look at tonight's game. We'll hear from the coach and look at the pregame stats all leading up to tonight's action. You're listening to live coverage of the Preston Indians on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com. And a very pleasant good evening, everybody, from Preston High School, as tonight the Preston Indians play their first round match of the district tournament, as tonight they will take on the Century Diamondbacks. Hi, everybody. Dan Hubbard along here at courtside. John Beverly, our engineer, back in studio as the Indians get ready to take on the Diamondbacks, as Century beat Pocatello in 4 sets just earlier this evening to set up tonight's match here. The scenario here of the district tournament is the winner of this match will move on to the championship match tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock. The loser of this match will have to play tomorrow at 5 against Pocatello again, and then the winner moves on to the 7 o'clock match as well. So that's the way this little miniature tournament works between the 3 teams, and the winner of the 7 o'clock match, the championship match tomorrow night, will move on to the state tournament, which will be played at Kimberly High School in the Boise area, and would play the opening match of the tournament, 9 o'clock next Friday morning. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Let's enjoy this match here tonight as Preston takes on Century. They've met twice already this year. In fact, Preston has beaten Century twice this year, so far this year. Haven't lost a set to them. They have played both of their matches in the last about 10 or 11 days. So certainly it's 2 teams that know each other pretty well, and Preston just played against them last week on senior night. So the girls have a pretty good idea what they're up against here against Century so far here coming up here this evening. We visited with Karaska Haskell earlier in the afternoon before the first match ever got started, as we'll talk to the coach coming up after a break. Our scene setter tonight brought to you by Chemdry of Northern Utah. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and visit with the coach right after this.
KACH, My Local Radio.
Hi, everybody. It's Dan Hubbard for Chemdry of Northern Utah. Not too long ago, we found ourselves really needing to have our carpets cleaned. Dirt, stains, pet hair, and remnants of all those chemicals trying to melt snow from last winter had our carpets looking dull, dingy, and ugly. We called Teresa and Daryl at Chemdry of Northern Utah, and in a very short time, they had our carpets looking like new. Not only did they clean our carpets, but they got up all that leftover pet hair to the point where you couldn't tell that we had pets in the house at all. It was like we had brand new carpets all over again. So if you live anywhere in Cache County or in Box Elder County, call Teresa and Daryl at Chemdry of Northern Utah at 435-752-6100 and let them take care of your carpets. You won't be disappointed. We weren't. 435-752-6100 for Chemdry of Northern.
The year is 1945. America is at war with Japan. The average home costs $5,000. And a day's worth of hard labor will earn you $9. 1945 is the year West Motor Company said, hey, let's sell cars in Cache Valley and give people a better car buying experience. Today, 75 years later, West Motor is still giving you a better experience. Right now, enjoy 0% financing or save more than ever on a new truck or SUV. See westmotorcompany.com for pictures, details, and discounts on every vehicle.
westmotorcompany.com.
Sushi, a word that is as fun to say as the food is to eat. Try it. Say sushi. Now run down to Stokes Market and pick up some fresh-made sushi. Yes, I said Stokes Market. They now have the family fresh sushi specialists making outstanding sushi platters and party trays fresh every day. They even make up custom platters so you can get your favorite sushi dishes. Any kind of fish upon request, even vegetable sushi available with no meat. Enjoy the fresh-made platters already available or order the kind of sushi you want. Give them 2 hours and a special custom sushi platter will be waiting for you at Stokes Market in Preston. Go ahead, say it. I know you want to. Sushi, fresh for you right now.
Tonight's pregame visit with the coach is brought to you by Rounds & Associates Insurance Services Incorporated, the local independent insurance agency offering you many different options for all of your insurance needs. Call for your competitive quote today at 208-852-20. At Rounds & Associates Insurance, we've been in business since 1948. And while many of the faces may have changed, there's one thing that still stays the same: our personalized customer service. Our customers will always come first, whatever your needs. At Rounds & Associates Insurance, we have many different insurance options and can find the right option for you and your needs. Call us today to find out more. 208-852-2500. 208-852-2500, or drop by the office, 85 South State Street.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Welcome back here to the pregame show. It's the Lady Indians coming up against somebody here in just a little bit. As we get together to record this interview here before the match, it's actually before the first match starts, and you have no idea who you're going to take on in your match here tonight.
Absolutely. So we're just here, and we're going to watch, and we're going to see. Of course, we've seen both of these teams because this is districts now. But their record, they've split 1-1 with each other. And so we've beaten both of them 2-0, but they've split. So we honestly don't know what's going to happen tonight and who we're going to end up playing. So for us, that's been quite the talk and something that we've had to learn and deal with as we prepared for this, because that's not a normal situation.
Like you said, it's districts now. It's an important match. How do you prepare for an opponent? You don't know who it is.
We just really focus on our own team, where our weaknesses are, making those stronger, knowing where these two teams have exposed us here and there. Because when we played Pocatello, we've gone 4 sets with them both times. And to us, we understand we can execute more. And to making sure that we don't open windows is something we talk about a lot. We've beat Century 3-0 both times, but at the same time, they're not full force themselves. And so I just think today is definitely a day that's going to show us who's ready to go and who is prepared for this district tournament. And hopefully, as we scout and watch during this first match, that we will be able to take some of those things away and then prepare ourselves as we talk about it and then go after it.
Senior night the other night, last time you guys were on the floor, and I got the impression that all of your seniors really wanted to leave it on the floor. They played all out and excellent volleyball the other night.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, of course, it's this big deal for them. Senior night is always a big deal. My biggest thing was I was worried that the emotions are going to come with that and that they were going to play like that and then have those little moments of getting too emotional about what's going on. And I had to keep reminding them that this is your night to show what you've worked so hard for your whole career here at Preston. And then at the same time, this isn't your last time playing in this gym, because by that point we already knew that it was going to be here for districts. And I just said, you get to practice here every day, and you're going to come back here for districts. So go take care of it and solidify that. And they did. They wanted it. They did not want to even give an opportunity. They wanted to say, this is ours. Please go home. Like, we're taking it.
That basically was my next question was, how do you prepare for this, the emotional high from senior night, and all of a sudden now you have an emotional letdown coming back here tonight?
Yeah, so, just like I said, we just talked about it. It's a regular game. We do talk a lot about, too, every single time they get tense on the court during a match, we just talk about, hey, you're in practice right now. You're in practice. And then they take a deep breath and they're like, oh, yeah, it's volleyball. I know how to do this. Because when they play against each other in practice, they're kind of ruthless to each other. And that's a good thing. I hope that doesn't sound like they're mean or they're saying mean things. No, they're pushing each other because they know that's the only way that we're going to get better is if they're showing those things that other people are doing to us and then punishing our team to have to pick it up. And I love that about them. And so to me, I feel like because they practice like that, they really prepare themselves for these matches. And then it's just a mental game after that. And then that's when we go back to practice during a match and just reset.
The other night we talked about being 3 steps away from a trip to state. 1 down, potentially 2 to go in the first one, and that second step starts tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. So 2 more nights. It could potentially be just 2 more matches. And that's a really exciting thing. And I remind them of that, but then at the same time, we have to actually do those things. And I think that's the hardest transition for these girls and just teenagers in general, to not just talk about it, but actually do something about it. And so I feel like they get that and they understand that, and I feel like that's what they're driving off of.
Hopefully things will go well tonight. Good luck.
Yes, thank you so much.
That's Kalaska Haskell here on the pregame show. Take a break and we'll be right back.
KACH.
More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsized, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information. 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction. 435-232-1837.
A higher level of precision and accuracy, that's what the new Naveo robotic assistance system at Franklin County Medical Center provides you. Whether you're in need of revision, partial or total knee replacement, the new robotic assisted surgery technology at Franklin County Medical Center allow knee surgery candidates the comfort of knowing that their knee surgery will be performed with confidence, improving the function, feel, and longevity of your new knee. Learn more about the new robotics machine at fcmc.org. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and
The keys to tonight's game are brought to you by Naylor Insurance. For farm, auto, home health, and life from Mutual of Enumclaw, nobody cares like we do. Naylor Insurance, 153 North State, Suite A.
Regardless of which insurance company you use, when you add a teen driver to your vehicle policy, your rates increase. This is Cheryl Kimball with Naylor Insurance in Preston. If you've got teen drivers, you need to know about the rate-saving plan offered through Mutual of Enumclaw Insurance. Teen Smart is an 8-hour program that, once completed, will lower your rates and make your teen a better driver. Savings and increased safety. It's a win-win. Call us today, 208-852-08.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
Welcome back here to the pregame show here at Preston Gym. Century and the Lady Indians of Preston coming up here in just a few minutes here tonight. As far as keys to tonight's game go, you've seen this team now twice in the last less than 2 weeks. Remember, it's a new match. Don't come in overconfident knowing that you've beaten them twice. In fact, you haven't dropped a set to them yet so far this year in the 2 matches. Come out, play your match, play hard. Don't be overconfident, and do your job here this evening. Also, remember that for the seniors, senior night is over. This is a new match, and again, this still not the last time you're going to play here at this floor. So don't let the event become bigger than the match itself. No matter what happens tonight, you're going to play at least one more time here tomorrow night. So make sure you go out on the positive note here this evening. So once again, we're here on the first night of the district tournament. 2 more matches here tomorrow at 5 and 7. The winner of this match here tonight plays at 7 o'clock tomorrow evening. So for now, we invite you to stay tuned. All the excitement of Preston Lady Indian Volleyball is coming up right after this.
KACH, my local radio.
it's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Hi, I'm Ashley with LSS Insurance, a Select Health appointed Medicare Advantage agent. I'm excited to tell you about a great Medicare Advantage plan available to you in Franklin County. This Select Health Advantage plan includes a 0 monthly premium, prescription coverage, preventive dental, vision, and more. Select Health is a local company helping people live the healthiest lives possible. Come hear more at the Preston Golf and Country Club, October 21st at 6 p.m. Call LSS Insurance 435-752-94.
The Preston Indians football team wraps up the regular season on October 23rd when the Snake River Panthers come to town. Preston looks to close out a successful 2020 season while they also look to avenge a loss last year at Snake River. It will also be senior night as 15 Indians will celebrate their final home game of their careers. Catch the game live starting with the pregame show at 6:30 on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH. And don't forget the video feed on mylocalradio.com.
A proud member of the Co-op. We save you money on advertising and enable you to reach more customers. We are KACH, Preston, Clarkston.
It's time for Preston Lady Indians volleyball. The New Look Indians hit the court, looking to continue on what was one of their best seasons a year ago and work to bring home a conference title. Tonight's game is brought to you by West Motors, celebrating their 75th year in the Cache Valley. Stokes Market True Value, with the freshest meats and produce, and now preparing and selling sushi. Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care in all of the Cache Valley. Rounds & Associates Insurance Agency, an independent agency with many options for all of your insurance needs. Preston Auto Parts Car Quest, for all the parts your car may need to keep running strong. Webb Funeral Home, serving Preston and the surrounding communities since 1925. Ralph's Construction, building homes in the Blue Sage Park region in Preston. Naylor Insurance, for home, health, life, and auto. The Mutual of Enumclaw. Preston Pharmacy, now with their own phone app to help make tracking your prescriptions easier. And by Cornerstone Realty. When you're ready to sell your home or purchase the home of your dreams, call Cornerstone Realty. They want to be your agent. This broadcast is made possible through an agreement between Preston High School and Cook Brothers Broadcasting and is intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any rebroadcast of this game in whole or in part without expressed written consent of Cook Brothers Broadcasting is strictly prohibited. Live from Preston High School is Preston Lady Indian Volleyball. Their first match of the district tournament. As we're glad to have you with us, Dan Hubbard here at Preston High School. John Beverly back in the studio as our studio engineer tonight as the Indians take on the Diamondbacks. Starters tonight for the Diamondbacks. Presley Merrill will start as the libero here tonight. Samantha Kinghorn, who was their leading hitter during the regular season.
Number 10, Tanley Smith.
Tanley Smith had a good match the other night against Preston. Sarah Sutton, their setter.
Number 8, Isabel Christensen.
And Isabel Christensen, another good junior player. And Addie Butler.
Number 6, Emily Richards.
Oops, because he's going to announce the entire roster, not just the starters here tonight. Taylor Smith, the sophomore.
Number 3, Avery Lovett.
Avery Lovett played pretty well the other night. She's another one of their sophomores. They have a total of 7 sophomores on their team. So they are very young indeed.
Number 13, Kinley Faker.
Kinley Fader, another one of the sophomores.
Number 14.
And Brianna Patterson rounds out the sophomores.
And the coach for the Diamondbacks, Brianne Robinson.
Brianne Robinson is the coach of the Diamondbacks.
And now for Preston Indians.
And now to introduce the Preston Indians here tonight. Here is Dr. Lee, the principal here at Preston High School.
Number 2, Hannah Stevenson. Number 3, Celeste Burnett. Number 4, Adri Selly. Number 5, Maddie Whitehead. Number 6, Emily Longhurst. Number 8, Reese Swainston. Number 10, Chloe Hobson. Number 11, Drew Spain. Number 13, Kylie Burbank. Number 14, Jillian Bryce. Number 15, Haley Wingward. And our coach, Karaska Haskell. The officials for tonight's match are Matthew Anderson and Peter Tapelamar.
You didn't recognize one new name in there. Preston has brought up a player from the JV team to participate here in the district tournament and possibly a trip to state. As Reese Swainston was brought up, and she'll be wearing number 8 tonight for the Preston Indians. So the Indians and the Diamondbacks just about ready to go as the starters out on the floor. As tonight's match brought to you in part by Franklin County Medical Center, providing you with the best care in all of the Cache Valley. Franklin County Medical Center, 44 North 1st West here in Preston. And Century, as they did in the first match and in the matches previously against Preston, because Brannett County has a much higher infection rate with COVID-19 than Franklin County does. Century have worn their masks even during the play-by-play, as they did during the first match tonight against Pocatello, and they'll do that here again tonight. They did change the signage here at Preston, asking people to wear masks tonight, but the Preston players out on the floor, they will not wear matches during the game, and here we go. And right off the bat, it is an ace served up by Avery Lovett that just barely ticked the top of the net and snuck over. Next serve comes over, played by Preston. And right away, a big hit and a kill by Haley Windward. One of those seniors who had such a big night the other night on senior night, as Windward with 14 kills in that match. So Preston will get their first time serving the ball. It'll be Maddie Whitehead to serve first here for the Indians. Good serve, actually comes over onto the Preston side and just kind of tip it up in the air, but it makes it over the net and nobody touches it, and Preston goes up 2-1. Give that kill to Chloe Hobson, as she was standing right in the middle of the court where that ball came down. Next serve by Whitehead. They'll set it outside. Blocked at the net and down. The other night, Addie Butler had such a tough night trying to get the ball around the block. And right off the bat, Hannah Stevenson with a block here already, and it's 3-1. Mishandled there by Century, and it's 4-1 Preston. So 4 straight points served up by Maddie Whitehead. Next serve is going to be played into an ace, as it was mishandled by Century. And Preston goes up 5-1 here early in set number 1. Next serve by Maddie. Handled, they'll set it outside, back to Butler. Off the top of the block, handled there by the Indians, kept in play. Whitehead will just steer it back over onto the Century side. At the net, partially blocked, outside set is blocked and down. Another point for the Indians. Again, it's Hobson with the kill at the net. Preston up 6-1. Outside set, again blocked by the Indians. And again, it's Butler who can't get the ball around the block, as right there again was Stevenson and Burnett. Off the serve, it'll be steered back over onto the Preston side as Presley Merrill gets it back over. Hobson, good dig in the backcourt, as this time Butler able to sneak it through the block and get the side out. So 7-2 as the serve will come back over now here to Century again. And it'll be Tinley Smith in the serve here for the first time tonight. Smith, the senior, set there by the Indians, and at the net, it'll be a point for Preston. As Smith stepped over the center line. Point back over to the Indians, 8-2, and Hannah Stevenson will serve. Good serve, almost mishandled. They'll just have to get it over out of trouble. Butler plays it over, gets it to Whitehead. Outside set, Knapp blocked at the net, and a point for Century, and it's 8-3. So Century went 4 sets with Pocatello from the first match here tonight. Sarah Sutton serving. Preston gets it back over. Sutton now rushes up to set. Blocked at the net. And it's going to be a point for the Diamondbacks. Same 2 officials that we had for the first match, and boy, they were really, really strict, but they called everything. A very tight match they called. And Whitehead comes over, can't keep that ball up. Another point here for Century, and Preston still leading by 3 now. It's 8-5. Sarah Sutton to serve again. That is a service error as that one goes into the net. So 9-5. Serve ball comes back over to Preston. And this time it will be Chloe Hobson to step up and serve. Her first time behind the service line here this evening. Out middle set this time. Was that touched or just go long? It's going to be a point for the Indians. So 10-5 as at the net, Taylor Smith hit it too deep and out of bounds. Tough chance here for Century. They can't get it out of the net as the return of serve went into the net. Sarah Sutton tried to hustle up there and didn't get it back out, but was called for a lift in the process, and it's 11-5 Preston. Here's Hobson's next serve. That's too long. That's a service error. 11-6 on the air, and the ball will come back over to Century again. Avery Levitt back onto the floor as she'll set up on the outside, the left hitter spot. And Butler with the serve and serves up an ace. So each side with an ace here tonight. So far here in the first set. And Addie Butler, her next serve comes to Maddie Whitehead. Good set in the middle. Barrett partially blocked at the net, but it still gets down. And it's 12-7 Preston here in the first set. After picking up the kill, Butler now will drop back and serve. So here's Celeste Butler, who had a big night the other night, not only with the serve, but also especially on the block last week against Century. As tough set here for the Indians, and again, not a good set, and not much that Emily Longhurst could do with that ball because it was too close to the net. She couldn't do anything with it. So it's 12-8. And again, the serve comes back over to Century, and Presley Merrill, the senior, serves. Knapp goes short and picks up the kill. Keisha Knapp with her first kill. So, side out. And Adri Shelley rotates in. As Knapp goes back to the bench as they rotate out. Back set, dug out by Whitehead for Preston. Short set, too close to the net again. There was not much that Haley Windward could try to do with that one. 13-9, again side out. Preston remains up by 4. And again, the serve back over to Century. As Isabel Christensen serves, and that'll be an ace. Whitehead tried to back up to play it and then couldn't return the serve, so she played it into an ace, and it's 13-10. Next serve by Christensen. Again, she serves it right at Whitehead. Able to get it out this time. Windward bumps it over. Here's a free ball for the Diamondbacks. Outside set. Again, it comes right over to Whitehead on the kill attempt on the attack by Lovett. They set it in the middle this time, and going short, Smith kept up nicely by Whitehead. Comes back over to the Diamondbacks. Outside, Lovett. Again, kept alive by Preston. As it's off a couple of hands and down as Longhurst just kind of bumped it over just to keep it in play. And Century couldn't do much with it, and it's 14-10. So a good point by the Indians. Heck of a play again by Maddie Whitehead, sacrificing her body to keep the ball up. Shelley serves again for the Indians. Again outside. Lovett is blocked at the net. Kept alive again here by the Diamondbacks. They get it over. They cannot get it over. They hit it out of bounds. As Kinley Falter tried to go down the line, hit it out of bounds. 15-10. I beg your pardon, it's Drew Despain that's serving here for the Indians. As the back set this time is blocked at the net and down. As Windward at the net picks up the block. And timeout on the floor called by Century is at 16-10 Preston. Timeout, we'll take one here as well. We'll be right back.
KACA.
Sushi. A word that is as fun to say as the food is to eat. Try it. Say sushi. Now run down to Stokes Market and pick up some fresh-made sushi. Yes, I said Stokes Market. They now have the family fresh sushi specialists making outstanding sushi platters and party trays fresh every day. They even make up custom platters so you can get your favorite sushi dishes. Any kind of fish upon request, even vegetable sushi available with no meat. Enjoy the fresh-made platters already available or order the kind of sushi you want. Give them 2 hours and a special custom sushi platter will be waiting for you at Stokes Market in Preston. Go ahead, say it. I know you want to. Sushi, fresh for you right now.
KACH. KACH.
16-10, Preston leads here in set number 1 here tonight. Despain serves. She serves short and gets the ace. Boy, a big hole developed right in the middle of the floor, and she drilled it. Second ace of the set for the Indians. 17-10. Good serve. Merrill tries to keep it in play, and nope. That's going to Sutton tried to keep it up, but hit it beyond the players' bench, and nobody could get to it. 18-10 as Preston goes up by 8. Remember, in their previous 2 matches, Preston won 6 straight sets against Century to sweep both those matches. Outside set, Avery hits it too long. Avery Levitt goes too deep, and Preston up by 9 at 19-10. Tonight's match also brought to you in part by West Motors, celebrating their 75th year here in the Cache Valley. Merrill, return of serve as they set that short right in the middle for Smith, kept alive by the Indians, and then nobody could get to it for Century as Kinley Falter had to hustle up from the back row and couldn't get there in time. Preston now leading 20-10 here in the first set. Despain will continue to serve for Preston. Good serve. Outside set, Lovett into the net. 21-10 Indians. And another timeout called by the Diamondbacks. Century leading 21-10. We'll take another timeout right here.
KACA.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
It's been all Indians so far here in set number 1. They lead 21-10. Teams back out on the floor as Drew Despain back in to serve. Yeah, she's put together a nice run of points here. Merrill bumps it over. They got to get it over. They do. Sutton plays it over. Yeah, set in the middle. Windward. Dug out by Merrill. Back it right again as Stevenson hits it right back at Merrill again and picks up the kill. 22-10 as the Indians go up by a dozen. Despain's next serve. Kind of handled awkwardly by Butler. They get this one over. Merrill does. Stevenson, outside set. Hobson, partially blocked at the net. Kept alive by Century. Lovett, dug out in the back row by the Indians. Comes back to Hobson, but she puts it into the net. Side out, finally makes it 22-11. That breaks a string of points. 9 straight points served up by Drew Despain. 22-11 and a service ace. 23-11 as Century gives the serve right back to the Indians again. Catlin Scott comes in for the first time as Maddie Whitehead back in to serve here again for Preston at 22-11. Outside set, Smith goes short. In the middle, Burnett kept alive by Merrill. They'll set it outside, back to Butler. It's blocked, but a point for the Diamondbacks, as Butler this time was able to tool the block, and it's 23-12. So here's Tenley Smith. Her first serve is good. Hobson partially blocked at the net over onto the Century side. They'll bump it over, so here's a free ball for the Indians. Outside set, Hobson goes short and in. 24-12. Set point for the Indians here in the first set. Stevenson will serve again, this time for the first set. Played in the back row by Scott. Outside set, back to Butler, and it is in. Nice shot. 24-13 on the side out, keeps her team alive. Addie Butler with her second kill here in the first set. and it's 24-13. Sarah Sutton serves. Outside, Stevenson, out of bounds. Point again for Century, 24-14. As the outside hitter on that side, Hobson really tried to cut the corner and hit it out of bounds. Serve back over to the Indians. Knapp bumps it over. Free ball here for the Diamondbacks. They'll set in the middle, and it's going to be too deep and out of bounds. As it was Samantha Kinghorn who hit it too deep, and the hitting error gives Preston the first set. Final score 25-14. So Preston goes up 1-0. As we'll come back in a minute, and we'll have the second set coming up after this as the Lady Indians lead 1-0.
KACH.
The year is 1945. America is at war with Japan. The average home costs $5,000. And a day's worth of hard labor will earn you $9. 1945 is the year West Motor Company said, hey, let's sell cars in Cache Valley and give people a better car buying experience. Today, 75 years later, West Motor is still giving you a better experience. Right now, enjoy 0% financing or save more than ever on a new truck or SUV. See westmotorcompany.com for pictures, details, and discounts on every vehicle.
westmotorcompany.com.
Behind every project is a True Value. At Stokes Market and True Value in Preston, whether you need hardware, dog food, tools, batteries, plumbing supplies, paint, or cleaning products, you'll find them all. Plus a whole lot more at Stokes Market and True Value. With a large inventory, you'll find all the big name brands you trust and low prices every time you visit. So whether you're just starting or you're in the middle of a project, stop in today and visit our friendly, knowledgeable staff. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State.
If you feel like your bank works against you, we invite you to move your accounts to Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. We work for you, not against you. Serving Southeast Idaho for over 65 years, we offer totally free checking with cash back rewards, 0 fees credit cards, low auto loan rates, and excellent customer service. Visit today, 311 South Highway 91, Preston. Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Here, the advantage is yours. Equal housing lender, member NCUA.
The second quarter of tonight's game is sponsored by Webb Funeral Home, 1005 South 8th East.
Webb Funeral Home, established in Preston in 1925, has served the needs of Franklin County families and their neighbors for several generations. Now in their modern new full-service facilities just off Highway 91 south of Preston, Webb Funeral Home continues to offer caring and professional services to all residents of the area in their time of need. Funeral directors Douglas Webb, Ron Smaley, and Jordan Webb, along with aftercare specialist Jody Rasmussen, thank you for your trust in them and welcome your questions and concerns anytime. A message from your friends at Webb.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Well, we'll go the second set tonight, sponsored by Webb Funeral Home. As Preston leads 1-0 as they win the first set here tonight by the score of 25-14. In that first set, 2 aces for the Indians to go along with 1 service error. 2 and 2 in the first set for Century. So we start set number 2 as Burnett gets it, Butler gets it over for Century. Set in the middle. Burnett has her kill attempt dug out. Smith gets it back over onto the Preston side. Hobson blocked at the net and down. Good block in the middle by Tinley Smith to get the point. 1-0 Century. Oops, I take it back. Why'd they give that point to Preston apparently? So 1-0 Preston and make it 2-0. Didn't see an indication of why they gave that point to the Indians, but they did, and it's 2-0 instead of 1-1. Either way, Stevenson to serve again. Outside, Butler. This time it is down as she kills it right past Stevenson, who was playing in the back row. Butler with her third kill. You can't block them all. Taylor Smith comes back onto the floor here for the Diamondbacks. as it will be Tinley Smith, the senior, to serve. And it's an ace. Despain got a hand on it, but couldn't control it, and we're tied at 2. So 2-2 here in the second set, sponsored by Webb Funeral Home. Smith serves it right at Whitehead. Outside set, blocked, and a point for Century. Good block. Hobson tried to keep it up, but couldn't. As it was Kinghorn over there on that side with the block. Set in the middle comes to Burnett. Blocked again, kept alive here by the Diamondbacks. And Kinghorn goes in just inside the back line. Back-to-back points, and it's 4-2. Smith's next serve. That's going to be back over on the net, and it's just an easy ball hanging there for Butler, and she puts that away. 5-2. So Preston falling behind here in the early moments of the second set. Smith's next serve. Preston's got to go and get it. They do. Comes to Knapp. She's blocked at the net. Preston keeps it alive as Acacia gets it back over. At this time, it's Sutton to find the open spot, and it's 6-2. Five straight points served up by Century. They have a 4-point lead. Almost a mishit by Despain, kept alive by the Indians as Knapp gets it over. Free ball, Butler, blocked. And they keep it alive, and it's back over onto the Century side. Good plays on both sides to keep it alive. And then coming back over, it's Kinghorn with the mistake to hit it back into the net. Side out for Preston. They get the serve back, and it's 6-3. Chloe Hobson will now drop back behind the service line, and she will serve for the first time here in set number 2. Hobson serve. Outside set, Butler. Boy, a little tall for her. She almost whiffed on it completely. Just barely got a hand on it, but didn't get it over the net, and it's 6-4. Century still leads. And here comes Hobson's next serve. Into the net, service error. 7-4. As the side out means that Sarah Sutton will now serve again here for Century. And she also has a service error that gives the serve right back to Preston again. Still a 2-point lead, 7-5, and Maddie Whitehead to serve here for the Indians. Her serve, back set, not a good one, and Kinghorn hits it too long. It should have been closer to the net, and Kinghorn had to backpedal to go back and get it and then hit it too long. Preston back to within a point at 7-6. Outside, Butler gets it over the block, kept in play by Whitehead. Middle set, Burnett is dug out, and at the net, Acacia Knapp uses that tall size of hers and slams the lid and puts the ball down, and we're tied at 7. So after falling behind early, Preston able to get back into the match. We're tied at 7 here as Whitehead's next serve. Sutton, outside set for Butler. She's blocked, and that is going to be out of bounds. So Butler is blocked. The ball comes across, all the way across the court here to the near side, and it lands just out of bounds. 8-7. Side out, and Addie Butler will go back and serve after tooling the block. Outside, here's Windward. That is out of bounds. 9-7. Century will continue to lead. As Windward again tried to just cut the court a little bit too much. Got it clean, but hit it wide. Butler's next serve. They'll set this one for Knapp. Keisha gets dug out in the back row by Butler. Back set. Smith almost fanned on it. Didn't get it over the net. Side out. Point comes back to Preston again. As Webb Funeral Home is your sponsor for the second set. Remember, their compassionate staff will help you in your time of need. Call 852-0533 for Webb Funeral Home. As Shelley serves, kept in play. Free ball back over onto the Indian side. Back set comes to Windward. That's kept alive by Sutton, but it's into the net. Point for the Indians, and we're tied at 9. So back and forth here in the second set. Preston's taken 7 straight sets this year from Century. Back set, Smith, too long, out of bounds. I believe that is the first lead that Preston had since 2-1 as they make it 10-9. Serve again by Shelley. Dug out. Bad set, but they get it over. Here's a free ball for the Indians again. From the back row, Hobson, out of bounds, too long. So it makes it 10-10 as Chloe from deep in the court hit it just about half a width of the ball beyond the end line. Presley Merrill now to serve. Set in the back row. Windward blocked at the net. Point for the Indians as it comes down on the Century side. So again, point out, side out I should say, point for the Indians. And Drew Despain comes back on. She served had a run of points of 9 in the first set. See if she can do that here again. Outside set for Lovett. Dug out in the back row by the Indians. Hobson, partially blocked, kept alive by Century. They'll set it back this time for Smith. That's blocked at the net. Again kept alive by the Diamondbacks. They bump it back over. Free ball here for the Indians. Nope, that's going to be a double hit on the set. And we'll be tied at 11. So they tried to get the ball up, but it's called a lift. And here's Emmy Richards, I should say. Another one of those sophomores on to serve here for Century. Set it for Windward. That's off the top of the net and out of bounds. Another point for Century. Now they're going to call it a touch. Nope. First he was going to, then he didn't. So it's a side out, point for Century. They lead 12-11. Whitehead bumps it over. Free ball here again for Century. Off the serve. Middle set. Smith in. She tucks that one just inside the back line as Tinley Smith with another kill. Makes it 13-11 as Century goes up by 2. Christensen serving this time, as that'll be a double hit called against the Indians once again. 14-11. 3-point advantage now for the Diamondbacks. As they'll go deep. Handled there by Shelley. Outside set comes to Hobson. Partially blocked. Lovett keeps it alive. Look out, they got to get it back over. Nope, they're not going to. As Merrill and Tinley Smith just kind of got together, and neither of them with real conviction to play the ball, and it becomes a point for the Indians, and it's 14-12, and they get the serve back. As Haley Windward will serve here for Preston. Merrill has it, deep middle. Keeps it alive, they bump it over. Free ball for the Indians. Set comes to Burnett. Kept alive. Nice play by Sutton as Century bumps it back over. Another free ball here for Preston. They'll give it back, however, as Shelley just bumps it back over. Sutton sets it for Smith. Kept alive again by Preston. At the net, Hobson goes short. Again, Smith keeps it alive, but they can't play it. And Preston gets to the point. They're back to within 1 again. 14-13. as Windward will serve again here for the tie for Preston. Here comes Windward's next serve. Handled there by Burnett. Merrill's got to knock this one over, which she does. That's going to be set by Stevenson outside for Hobson. Put the kill. Hobson evens the score at 14. Timeout, Century. We're even at 14 in the second set, sponsored by Webb Funeral Home. We'll be right back.
KACA.
This is Ron Smaley from Webb Funeral Home, thanking Preston Indian and Westside Pirate fans for your loyalty over the years. You have helped make Webb Funeral Home Franklin County's most trusted name in funeral services since 1925. Our staff is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to provide compassionate service in your time of need. We also offer a full range of services, including many funeral pre-planning options to meet everyone's budget, an excellent monument selection, and the best aftercare services available. Let us answer any questions you may have by calling 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, since 1925. You know us, you trust us, we're here to stay.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Tonight's match also brought to you in part by Stokes Market, True Value. From produce to hand tools, fresh meat to smokers, plus fresh bakery, deli items, and now fresh sushi made daily. Stokes Market, True Value, 217 South State Street, here in Preston. Second set, tied at 14. Preston with the serve. As Haley Windward has won the last 2 points, her serve continues. As she goes to Merrill, deep middle, outside set. Off of the hands, can Preston go and get it? Yes, they can. Can they get it back over now is the question. As Despain hits it out of bounds. Wow, that was close to being on the line, but no. 15-14, heck of an effort by the Indians to try to get that back over. Avery Lovett to serve. As that'll be an ace. Mishandled by Preston. And it's 16-14. Lovett to serve again. Lovett's serve handled by the Indians. Set comes to Hobson. Partially off the net, but then it changed direction just enough to where Butler couldn't return it. And it's 16-14. As Caitlin Scott comes back in, Avery Lovett will go back over to the bench. And Stevenson for Preston will serve for the tie here. As the outside set comes to Butler, partially off the block, and it'll be a point for Century. Butler got it blocked a couple of times early in the first set, but now she's hitting with much greater authority, and she's driving the ball through the block. Whitehead digs it out, and that's going to be a point for Preston. Violation at the net called against Century. Preston back within a point again. It's 17-16. The second set has been back and forth. Neither team has been up by more than 3 points, I think, off the top of my head. Chloe Hobson to serve now for Preston. Good serve in the back row. Outside set comes to Butler. Drives it, dug out by Preston. Can they keep it alive? They do. Hobson steers it back over. Free ball for Century. Set in the middle. And that's going to be a point again for the Diamondbacks as Kinghorn got it off the block and down. That puts Century back up by 2 points again, 18-16. As Sutton will drop back and serve once again. Serves it at Whitehead. Outside Knapp is blocked and down. Coming over Butler this time as she returns the favor from the last meeting. And this time she blocks Acacia Knapp after Knapp blocked her so many times a week ago. 3-point lead and a service ace as Sutton hits it out of bounds. Back to a 2-point lead now on the side out, 19-17. Maddie Whitehead to serve for Preston. Good serve. Challenge for it at the net, kept alive by the Indians. And the back row, and back row point for Preston. (19-18) now. Again, Preston down by a point once again. They can get close. And Matt Whitehead with the ace. And we're tied at 19. Next serve by Preston. Again, almost mishandled in the back row. Merrill sets it to Butler. Partially blocked, but down. As Butler having much greater success at the net than she did last week. I have Addie Butler already with 7 kills on the match. And now she'll serve. Set outside, windward. That's blocked and down. Another point for Century. It's 21-19. Butler to serve again. Preston's return comes right over, back over on the Butler on the Century side, and twice Kinghorn. One shoot was dug out, the second one came right back to her again, and this time she was able to put it away. 22-19. And Century tie this match is what they're trying to do. Nap, whistle, and a point for Preston. Again, another violation at the net, charged against the Diamondbacks. So a point for the Indians. Andrew Shelley comes in with Preston down by 2 to serve. Shelley, a very good service person, as her first serve. Deep in the corner. Smith at the net. That's dug out, back row by the Indians. Comes back, Longhurst. That's blocked. Kept alive again by the Indians. And off the net. Tried to be played by Kinghorn. She couldn't get it in bounds. And Preston back to within a point again at 22-21. Shelley's next serve. Comes to Merrill in the back row. And again, it's Kinghorn into the net. Tied at 22. Second set, sponsored by Webb Funeral Homes, going right down to the nub. Almost misplayed. Merrill gets it back to Lovett, and Lovett hits it outside of the antenna. Point again for the Indians. Preston leads now, 23-22. Timeout, Century. Timeout on the floor. We'll take it here as well. Preston leads by a point. We'll be right back.
KACA.
Rounds & Associates Insurance Service is an independent insurance agency with Allstate, Travelers, Auto Owners, Safeco, Progressive, and Nationwide, just to name a few. Stop by the office for your competitive quote today. Rounds & Associates Insurance Service. Call 208-852-2500. Rounds & Associates Insurance, supporting both the Westside Pirates and the Preston Indians on to victory. You've got this. Don't weaken. Rounds & Associates Insurance Service. Call today, 208-852-2500.
KACH.
As many times as Century has had the lead and tried to put this set away, if Preston can win this set, this would really be demoralizing, I think. As that would put them up again, them being Preston, to put them up 2-0 again for the third straight match against the Diamondbacks. Preston leading 23-22. Here's the serve. Set in the middle. Dug out. Comes back to the Indians. They'll come, and Whitehurst has it. At the net. That's kept alive again. Back over again onto the Preston side, and a point for the Indians. Stevenson was blocked by Kinghorn. Came back to her again, and the second time she was able to get the point, and it's set point for the Indians, 24-22. Shelley to serve. Good serve. They'll set this one outside for Levitt. She hits it too long, and Preston, they're going to say it was touched. Wow! I don't think there was anybody within 2 feet of that ball. But the chair official said it was touched. She hit the ball 2 feet over every player's head. Nobody up on Preston can jump that high to be able to touch it. Whitehead comes over to argue, but the chair official says play on. So it's 24-23 now. As Merrill will serve. Set point again for the Indians. Windward off the block and down as Windward tools the block, and Preston wins the second set 25-23. So Preston again goes up 2-0. As we'll take a timeout, we'll come back. Set number 3 coming up right after this.
KACA.
Hi, I'm Ashley with LSS Insurance, a Select Health appointed Medicare Advantage agent. I'm excited to tell you about a great Medicare Advantage plan available to you in Franklin County. This Select Health Advantage plan includes a 0 monthly premium, prescription coverage, preventive dental, vision, and more. Select Health is a local company helping people live the healthiest lives possible. Come hear more at the Preston Golf and Country Club, October 21st at 6 p.m. Call LSS Insurance 435-752-94.
The Preston Indians football team wraps up the regular season on October 23rd when the Snake River Panthers come to town. Preston looks to close out a successful 2020 season while they also look to avenge a loss last year at Snake River. It will also be senior night as 15 Indians will celebrate their final home game of their careers. Catch the game live starting with the pregame show at 6:30 on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH. And don't forget the video feed on mylocalradio.com.
A higher level of precision and accuracy, that's what the new Naveo robotic assistance system at Franklin County Medical Center provides you. Whether you're in need of revision, partial or total knee replacement, the new robotic assisted surgery technology at Franklin County Medical Center allow knee surgery candidates the comfort of knowing that their knee surgery will be performed with confidence, improving the function, feel, and longevity of your new knee. Learn more about the new robotics machine at fcmc.org. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and...
The third quarter is sponsored by Preston Auto Parts CarQuest, 17 South State.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
Well, let's see if Century can bounce back after almost having that set complete for the win. They end up dropping the set. Preston goes up 2-0 as we go to the third. Tonight's match brought to you in part by Naylor Insurance for home, health, life, and auto through Mutual of Enumclaw. Naylor Insurance at 153 North State Street in Preston. Call 852-0810. Caitlin Scott will serve for the Diamondbacks to start set number 3 here tonight. And the first serve, he played in the middle, windward. Dug out by Scott. Kept alive. Back to Butler. That's to Whitehead. She keeps that alive. And Hobson is blocked at the net. As again, it's Tinley Smith with the block. And first point of the set number 3 goes to Century. Scott's next serve. Again, deep corner. Comes back out. Hobson. Off the hands of Scott this time, and out of bounds. So Caitlin Scott has that one go off her hands, and we're tied at 1. Maddie Whitehead will serve first here in set number 3 for Preston. And it's an ace. That sunk right in front of Caitlin Scott. There's nothing she could do with it. For Preston, that's their 4th ace of the match tonight. Whitehead's next serve. Merrill comes up to get it, short. Kept alive, back over onto the Preston side. Outside set to Hobson, partially blocked at the net, kept alive again. They'll set it outside to Butler. That's blocked and down. Outside again, Butler with another nice kill. And we're tied at 2 on the side out. As again, it'll be Tinley Smith to drop back and serve here for Century. Her jump serve at the net. And it's Stevenson able to put that away. Preston goes back up by a point at 3-2. Keisha Knapp back onto the floor for the Indians. Stevenson to serve. Can they get it back over? Butler is able to steer it back over the net. Comes at the net. Outside set. Knapp. Merrill. Nice dig there by Presley Merrill to keep it alive. Back over on the Indian side again. Outside set. Hobson. Off the block and down. Preston goes up 4-2. So Preston with a 2-point lead. So far, the fact that they lost the second set doesn't seem to be bothering Century. They've bounced right back and played tough so far here in set number 3. Outside, Butler again. Blocked, kept alive. Knapp down. Keisha with another point. It's 5-2. Her second block of the match and her 3rd kill overall. Nope, I take it back. They gave the point to Century. So it's 4-3. I stand corrected. And Sutton immediately puts up a service error. And it's 5-3 as Preston gets the point back anyway. Serve in the back row. Comes back set to comes to Allen just into the match. Her first time, and that's going to be not able to be returned by the Indians as Kaylee Burbank went hustling for it, but she couldn't get it back over. So 5-4. And again, the serve will come back over to Century, as again it'll be Addie Butler now to serve. Preston leading by a point here in set number 3. As the set comes to Burnett, and she's able to put that away. 6-4. Set number 3, of course, brought to you by Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. 17 South State Street in Preston, as Burnett now will serve for the Indians with a 2-point lead. Deep middle, Merrill able to dig it out, outside, and block at the net. 7-4, Preston with the point. Longhurst was there as they're able to pick up the block, and Burnett will serve again. 3-point lead now for the Indians. It's 7-4. Good short serve, but they keep it alive. Merrill's got to bank this one over, and she does. Set middle, windward, dug out. Where'd she come from? Is Sutton able to dig that out? But then they couldn't get it back over. Great dig by Sutton to keep it alive. Point for Preston, and it goes to 8-4 as Kinley Falter comes back in again. And Butler will head back to the bench to get a well-deserved break. Burnett to serve here again for the Indians. Outside, set, Lovett. Off the block and out of bounds. She able to tool the block. And it's 8-5. So Merrill serving here now for the Diamondbacks, and serves up an ace. Presley Merrill. One of their best returning players, who injured a leg a couple of times. And it's forced her to just take on the libero role, as that will be a point for Century as Windward hits it out of bounds. And Century's back to within a point at 8-7. Merrill's next serve, played by the Indians. Outside set comes to Longhurst. And hold on, what do we got? We got a point for Preston, as again a violation at the net against Century. So it goes to 9-7. And Andy Shelley back into serve again here for Preston. Put together a string of points at the end of set number 2 to clinch the set for the Indians. Tinley Smith gets it over, but it's dug out in the back row. Longhurst again. Sneaks it through the block. Kept alive again here by Century. Levitt trying to get it over, but she hit it again outside the antenna. Preston goes up 10-7 here in the third. So here's Shelley again. Her next serve is an ace. Second ace of the set for the Indians. Makes it 11-7 as the two girls on Century just kind of ran away from the ball. Shelley's next serve is short and another ace. Back-to-back aces served up by Shelley, and it's 12-7. As Shelley's next serve goes into the net. Makes it 12-8 on the side out as Emmy Richards comes back on to serve here for the D-backs. They trail by 4. And the service error gives the point right back to the Indians. 13-8. Preston leads by 5. Drew Despain back on to serve here yet again here for the Indians. Despain's first serve. That'll be played into an ace as Kinley Falter got handcuffed by the serve and couldn't keep it in bounds. Ace number 5 of the set for Preston. And it's 14-8. They go up by 6. Back set. Smith has to go short, kept alive by the Indians. Hobson gets it back over. Merrill sets. Sutton plays it over. Again, back over on the Indian side. Windward off the block and out of bounds. Richards got hands on it but couldn't do anything with it. 15-8. Here's Despain to serve again. Again, they'll set outside. Lovett. Miss hit, hits it into the net. Preston now up by 8 at 16-8. Tonight's match brought to you in parts by Ralph's Construction. Building homes in the Blue Sage Park area here in Preston. Call 435-232-1837 on how you can have a home built by Ralph's Construction to fit your needs or desires. Back to Lovett again. That's kept alive. Back onto the Century side after the block. Kept alive in the deep middle by Preston. Whitehead just directs it over. Back over onto the Century side. Back to Lovett again. Kept up again by Whitehead. Save in the middle. Windward off the block and down. Point for the Indians. It's 17-8. Good work by the Indians to keep the ball alive, and they ended up with a free ball at the net that Windward was able to put away. And that'll be a service error charged against the Indians. That's their second of this set. 17-9. 4 errors against the Indians on the serve so far here in the match. As they'll set it outside. Hobson off the block. Had to be touched at the net, and a point for the Indians as Caitlin Scott couldn't get to it. 18-9. Preston up by 9 here in set number 3, looking for the sweep again against the Diamondbacks. Whitehead serve. They'll set it outside. That's where Butler hangs out. That's returned this time as Preston just able to punch it over. They'll set in the middle. Not a good set, but they get it over. Back onto the Preston side. Hobson off the hands of Merrill, and that'll be out of bounds. 19-9. Another kill for Chloe Hobson. Gives her 5 on the match. Whitehead serve. Outside set, Butler. Kept dug. Nice dig by Whitehead as she gets back onto the floor. Back to Hobson again. Preston able to keep this alive yet again. From the back row, Despain just bumps it over, but hits the top of the net and goes out of bounds. That's a point for Century, and it becomes 19-10 now as Tinley Smith will drop back and serve. Preston handles it. Burnett gets the point. Marissa Allen was at the net, got a hand on it, but couldn't keep it on the floor. It's 20-10. 10-point lead from the Indians. 5 points away from the match. Hannah Stevenson serving. Scott, deep, has it. Butler from way deep, hits it too deep. 21-10. Four points from the match for the Indians. Here's the serve, played at the net by Century, back over onto the Preston side. Hobson just steers it back over to the D-backs, set in the middle to Allen, kept alive by Preston. Outside, Hobson, miss hit, get it into the net. Still a 10-point lead, 21-11. Karaska Haskell has not had to use a timeout yet tonight. All the timeouts have been called by Century. Serve, ace. Sutton tucked one just inside the back line. 21-12 as it goes back to a 9-point lead again. As Sutton just sets herself just outside the service line and in one motion just kind of flicks it over. Back set, Hobson. That's off the hands of Sutton and out of bounds. Point for the Indians. It should be 23-12. As 22-12 is the correct score. Outside set. As that will be touched. Another point for the Indians. Now it's 23-12 on the point by Emily Longhurst as her ball was touched at the net. Here's Kaylee Burbank back on to serve after the side out. They'll set, back set, comes to Allen. And nice kill. Marissa Allen gets her first kill of the match. And it keeps Century in the match so far. Back to a 10-point lead for Preston, however, at 23-13. As this will be Butler back to serve again here Butler to serve here. And it ticks the top of the net and becomes an ace as Butler can't return it. (23-14) as Burnett not able to get that ball back. Again, another play here by the Indians, as this time they do get it over, but the point here for Preston, it becomes match point. 24-14, a violation against Century, and Preston now 1 point away from winning 9 straight sets against Century and sweeping them again. Hold on. As point here for the Diamondbacks. Makes it 24-15. I'm not sure what that call was for. So the side out, Merrill to serve. Still set point here for Preston. Windward gets it. Big hit from the side, tucks it just inside the back row, and Preston wins again. Their 9th straight set against Century, their 3rd straight sweep as they win the 3rd set here tonight, 25-15. And for Preston, they move on to the 7 o'clock match tomorrow night and will play for the district championship. So that's the way that set ends. That's the way the match ends. So we'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll have the post-game wrap-up right after this.
Tonight's game is brought to you by West Motors, celebrating their 75th year in the Cache Valley. Stokes Market True Value, with the freshest meats and produce, and now preparing and selling sushi. Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care in all of the Cache Valley. Rounds & Associates Insurance Agency, an independent agency with many options for all of your insurance needs. Preston Auto Parts CarQuest, for all the parts your car may need to keep running strong. Webb Funeral Home, serving Preston and the surrounding communities since 1925. Ralph's Construction, building homes in the Blue Sage Park region in Preston. Naylor Insurance, for home, health, life, and auto, the Mutual of Enumclaw. Preston Pharmacy, now with their own phone app to help make tracking your prescriptions easier. And by Cornerstone Realty. When you're ready to sell your home or purchase the home of your dreams, call Cornerstone Realty. They want to be your agents. Now, stay tuned for the postgame show coming right up.
Having your prescriptions refilled has never been easier. You can refill 24/7, set reminders, save medications, and access your account from the new My Community Pharmacy mobile app offered by Preston Drug. It's simple to use and it's simple to get. Log on to prestondrug.com and enter your mobile number. We'll send you the app. It's as simple as that. There are some things in life that have been made easier through technology. This is one of them. The app offered by Preston Drug is a quick and easy way to refill medications and promote a healthy lifestyle. Visit prestondrug.com.
The Preston Indians football team wraps up the regular season on October 23rd when the Snake River Panthers come to town. Preston looks to close out a successful 2020 season while they also look to avenge a loss last year at Snake River. It will also be senior night as 15 Indians will celebrate their final home game of their careers. Catch the game live starting with the pregame show at 6:30 on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH. And don't forget the video feed on mylocalradio.com.
Hi, I'm Ashley with LSS Insurance, a Select Health appointed Medicare Advantage agent. I'm excited to tell you about a great Medicare Advantage plan available to you in Franklin County. This Select Health Advantage plan includes a 0 monthly premium, prescription coverage, preventive dental, vision, and more. Select Health is a local company helping people live the healthiest lives possible. Come hear more at the Preston Golf and Country Club, October 21st at 6 p.m. Call LSS Insurance, 435-752-94.
If you think buying a car is hard, stressful, and it takes a long time, you haven't shopped at West Motor in Preston and Logan. We've got a large selection of quality new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Ford vehicles to choose from. Because we offer great pricing and the buying process is simple, we also have a large inventory of used vehicles to choose from. Buy your next vehicle from a dealership that has provided customers a stress-free, quick, and reliable buying process for decades. West Motor in Preston and Logan. Stop in today or visit us online at westmotorcompany.com.
West Motor Company.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield.
This is the Preston Indians postgame show. Coming up, we'll recap tonight's game, take a look at the final stats, and a look at other games from around the area on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard.
Well, welcome back here to Preston High School as the Indians, for the third time this year, sweep the Diamondbacks 3-0, winning tonight 25-14, 25-23, and 25-15. Big players tonight for the Indians. Haley Windward again, Chloe Hobson yet again, and at the net, Keisha Knapp played well again for Preston. And basically, it was the seniors again who were all over the place for the Indians and proved to be the big cogs in the wheel to keep Preston unbeaten this year against Century, as they sweep them here tonight and move on to tomorrow night's championship match here in the district tournament. So for Preston tonight, final stats for them, as they had a total of 8 aces in the game and just 4 service errors. So they served very well. Century had 7 aces and 6 errors overall tonight in the match. Big player tonight for the Diamondbacks, Samantha Kinghorn at the net, and also Addie Butler, who last match was blocked so many times at the net. This time tonight was really more aggressive at the net, was able to drive the ball through the blocks a lot of times, and she finished the match with 8 kills overall tonight for the Lady Diamondbacks here in the match. Tonight's match brought to you in part by Rounds & Associates Insurance Agency, offering many options for all of your insurance coverage needs. 85 South State Street in Preston is where you can find them. Drop by and get your competitive quote today or call 852-2500. We'll come back real quick, wrap up tonight's broadcast, and tell you what's tap on for tomorrow here at day 2 of the district tournament. We come back right after this.
KACA.
The year is 1945. America is at war with Japan. The average home costs $5,000. And a day's worth of hard labor will earn you $9. 1945 is the year West Motor Company said, hey, let's sell cars in Cache Valley and give people a better car buying experience. Today, 75 years later, West Motor is still giving you a better experience. Right now, enjoy 0% financing or save more than ever on a new truck or SUV. See westmotorcompany.com for pictures, details, and discounts on every vehicle.
WestMotorCompany.com.
Sushi, a word that is as fun to say as the food is to eat. Try it. Say sushi. Now run down to Stokes Market and pick up some fresh-made sushi. Yes, I said Stokes Market. They now have the family fresh sushi specialists making outstanding sushi platters and party trays fresh every day. They even make up custom platters so you can get your favorite sushi dishes. Any kind of fish upon request, even vegetable sushi available with no meat. Enjoy the fresh-made platters already available or order the kind of sushi you want. Give them 2 hours and a special custom sushi platter will be waiting for you at Stokes Market in Preston. Go ahead, say it. I know you want to. Sushi, fresh for you right now.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
Well, the schedule for tomorrow, ironically enough, is the same as today. The 5 o'clock match tomorrow, or I should say on Thursday, not tomorrow. The 5 o'clock match on Thursday. Once again, we'll match the Pocatello Indians against the Century Diamondbacks. The winner will once again face the Preston Indians. This time, the winner of the 7 o'clock match, the championship match on Thursday, will earn the berth to the state tournament coming up next weekend at Kimberly High School in the Boise area. So, with Preston moving on to that 7 o'clock championship match coming up on Thursday, we will be back on the air with the around 7 o'clock-ish, depending on how long that first match goes, with the pregame show, and we'll have all of the action for you again on KACH. I take it back. On Thursday, we will be on the internet only, as we have Westside football on Thursday night. So internet only for Thursday, and we'll be on the air again with the pregame show about 6:45-ish, and the match gets started around 7 o'clock. Depending on how long that first match runs. So we'll talk to you again from Preston High School again coming up on Thursday. That'll wrap up our broadcast for tonight. The executive producer of Preston and of KCH Sports is Val Cook. Our studio engineer tonight has been John Beverly. Until Thursday, I'm Dan Hubbard. Thanks for joining us. As remind you of the score as Preston sweeps Century again, 3-0, and we'll talk to you again here on Thursday nights. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you for listening to the Preston Indians postgame show. This broadcast has been a production of Preston Broadcasting, LLC, and was intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Use of any portion of this production, its accounts or descriptions, in whole or in part, may not be used or rebroadcast without the express written permission of Preston Broadcasting, LLC.